shooting right here. Right here, he's off to come right there.
We are heading to Montana. I am jacked up, going over to Jackie Bushman's place, hunting right there on the Yellowstone River, Montana. Just hoping to catch them bucks coming off the alfalfa in the mornings and going to the alfalfa in the evenings. You know, this is one of the first hunts of the year, actually the second, but we have a 18-hour drive in front of us, and I'm excited. Anytime you get 18 hours from home, I like bringing 2 bows if you can. Just shot both of them. I'm gonna shoot the Escape, same bow I shot last year, and it served me well last year, so we're gonna shoot it this trip. So I got confidence. I'm, what they say, feeling a little bit froggy right now.
Up here in the river bottoms in Montana, I feel like we're in a good place. We got a northwest wind blowing right back this way, exactly the way that we came in. We got a big bass thicket back here, bedding, so we're probably a mile from the alfalfa. But in the evening, I want to be as close to those bedding areas as I can be. I feel like we're right on the edge. All we're doing is playing these trails, playing the access in, and hunting these trails, getting on the right side of them, watching our footprints, making sure we don't get a footprint where a deer's gonna walk before we shoot. There's a good buck right there in that corner. Oh, there's a bigger one behind him. Dude, those are 2 good bucks. First one looked good, but that second one is a giant 8-point. I would shoot him and love it.
Last night we saw the biggest deer I've seen here in Montana, a monster 8-point. We watched him, observed him right where he went. We didn't miss him by much. So we're gonna go in there, slip in there. We got a perfect wind. We're gonna put an X stand right there, hang that set, get back out, go get dressed, get sprayed down, and get back in that set tonight.
Yesterday we were over here about 250 yards. The sun's beaming down on me. So I'm definitely going to be very still and watch myself, because I might be dealing with a lot of eyes. Oh, there they are. Big bucks right there. Big bucks. Yep, that's him. Maybe 155.
morning after the big 8, I tossed and turned all night in bed thinking about that buck. You know, what I could have done different, I don't know. I mean, I played different scenarios in my head. You know, we're going after him again this morning, not necessarily that big 8, but going after a good deer. I mean, that's the way it is when you bow hunt. You gotta lick your wounds real quick, because if you don't, you just get yourself down.
Well, beautiful morning here in Montana. Sitting way back here, I got a buck right here. Just trying to see a couple things. See if he's a shooter. Number 2, just seeing what the deer will do to calling. He heard that. There's some other bucks back his way, so I'm gonna check them out and just see if they're coming his way. Right here. The shooter right here. They're gonna come right up here.
Well, guys, I'm just sitting here reminiscing about a Montana buck that I called Curly. Now, going into the hunt, what made this successful is alfalfa 3/4 of a mile that way. Trails leading all the way back from the alfalfa. Now, a ton of trails, so you gotta observe and find out where the deer are, but they're coming back into these sloughs and bedding. And that's why we had the X-stand right over here.
That's a good deer right there.
The other key to it is a back door into these places. So we actually came from the west in. Elliot would drop us off. We would sneak in and walk. So we were real careful as we come into the stand to approach it. Not only watching our footprints where we're going to shoot a deer, definitely never want to go out in front of our stand, but watching our footprints so the deer that come by, because a lot of times early season you're going to have to get by other deer, and that's what we had to do.
Brady's gonna take his other path. All them other deer, but right here, he's on to come right through here.
See these 2 trees right here? He was actually standing right behind those feeding, and I was 63 yards away over an X-stand ladder right over here. I need him to cover 13 yards for a 50-yard shot, but there was a good chance he'd go back to bed.
Kyle's coming. Doggone it.
Man. We need to be hunting coyotes. There's a lot of coyotes. There's a lot more coyotes than most people think. They're really tough on our herds, and they're tough on our fawns, but the big thing is they stress the deer out, so they can actually even deter antler growth. Fixing to head home. I hate it. Last set, just about killed that deer. The mistake was made by being 18 hours from the house and planned a short trip, thinking, you know, that the previous year I'd come up and got it done really fast. I'm very confident if we could stay another 2 or 3 days, we'd get something done, but we can't. We got to go home.
hopefully in the coming weeks I'll get to come back. Well, guys, we are back at Jackie Bushman's place up here in Montana. Difference this time is, got the old CVA. It's already been a treat because Jacob Landry's here. I've never been in camp with him, so being here with Jacob is quite the honor. We only got about 3-4 days, but anyway, fix to shoot this bad boy, make sure she's on, and get her done. How's the gators?
Good deal.
I tied all 3 bullets in. I had 2 side by side, and I think I hit right there and just tied them all. That's a sign of a good gun. We are ready for some big deer. We just need some cool weather, don't we, Jay?
That's it, buddy.
I don't really care about cool weather as long as the big one steps out.
Planned on cooking y'all a gumbo tomorrow, but I don't know, it's pretty warm to do that.
Oh, I'll take it. I'll take it. My, oh my.
Uh-huh. You said it earlier.
I did. I said tonight's night. I said there's a little nip in there, didn't
Yep, that's it, buddy.
Congratulations.
Thank you, man.
You
Think that's the deer you saw during bow
I think
season?
it is. I think that's the deer I had that we called Curly.
He said, yeah, he said he had a little kick or something on the side.
Well, man, congratulations.
Thank you, buddy. Thank you.
God.
I'm glad y'all here to experience with me.
First time at camp with you, and
Absolutely.
it didn't take you long to get something down.
Broke the ice, baby.
Congrats, man.
Thank you, buddy. Good luck to y'all in the morning.
Yep.
Yeah. Let's go check out them old pork chops, huh?
Yeah.
Jacob killed a great deer a couple nights ago. Since then, it's warmed up. Deer movement has come to a halt almost. And making this another short trip like I did, it makes me only have tonight and tomorrow to get it done. But there is a cold front pushing through tonight, so I've killed a lot of good deer actually right before that cold front, during and after. So anything to do with the cold front, that change is going to help. We always talk about playing a cold front. That's what we're doing. This is the day before as it's blowing it in. The wind's turned around and got that northwest in. We're basically in a transition I believe right on the edge of bedding, in a transition as they're heading to food. We got a county road literally not 135 yards probably from us. Nobody's fault, but that's aggravating. Last night, I got my opportunity. Really needed a deer 100 yards in and had a deer, I think it's around 160 yards. Really good deer. Sucks, but you know, what you gotta deal with. We're down to the last night, last evening. It's kill or bust, going home regardless, can't stay, gotta get out of here. Jacob Landry killed out of these 3 days ago, I believe. And there were several good bucks in this area. It's bedding all right here in front of us. It's actually a cold front. It's the coolest day we've had in a long time.
Well, standing up here on the fields in Montana, you know, the one thing that I would say about this hunt, anytime I hunt September, October, I'm gonna start at the fields and find out where those bucks are coming in, where those big trails are. You know, we found out that barley was on one side of the field, alfalfa on the other, and barley was the key. That's what they were hitting the most. So we backtracked from there and we just followed the trees, the funnel. And probably the biggest thing is talking to Elliot, because he's been up here for 20 plus years and he knew the history of this ranch. So we got over there, we got a great wind. Maybe the biggest key of all was getting far enough off the field in the evenings. We want to be closer to bed and where they're bedding, so we make sure those big bucks, as they get up, we're going to be right in their laps, because a lot of times those big bucks don't get to the field in time. Missed him. Oh man, sucks. I felt good at it right on him. I mean, there was a little bit of brush right at him, but I really felt like I'd kill him right there. The biggest key, the malfunction of the hunt, is me taking the CVA muzzleloader, unbelievable gun, and sighting it in 6 to 8 shots right out of the box and tying in groups like that at 100 yards. And that's where I stopped. I didn't shoot it past 100. I just had in my mind, it'll do this at 200. And that was a mistake. I shoot this much under his belly. So make sure, and whether you're shooting your bow, whether you're shooting your rifle or your muzzleloader, know what that weapon does all the way to where you intend to shoot it. I just didn't cross the T, I didn't dot the I on this hunt, and it's gonna cost me. I'm gonna go back to Oklahoma with an empty Chevy, and that's it. That's a big muley. I got my opportunities, I can't grab. Last night, I got my opportunity. Sucks, but you know, what you gotta deal with. Well guys, this week we went to Montana, spent lots of time over there, come back empty-handed, missed a great big deer. You know, and before, missing that deer might just level me and get me down. But you know what? God's taught me so much. He's taught me that my joy doesn't come from a big deer. My joy comes from Him. He's taught me that He's the only thing that I can truly depend on. God is always the same. He's never going to move. And I encourage you this week, maybe you're down and out, turn to God. You know, open up your Bible and start reading. If you never trusted Jesus as your personal Savior, ask Him into your heart. And that'll be the best decision you've ever made. Thanks for watching this week, and remember, as we always say, shoot by sight, walk by faith.